Senior Managing Director and Head of Private Wealth Solutions, Joan Solitar, predicts that in about 10 years, individuals will account for half of assets under management. Joan joins us now from the Schwab Impact Conference in Washington, D.C. It's nice to see you, Joan.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I guess the fact that you're at Schwab says everything about where you want to be in the retail space in the years to come.
Exactly. This is our second year at the conference. We're meeting with a lot of independent advisors, and still early days, but very large, very untapped market for alternative investments.
You probably have some unsettled investors these days, given what's been going on in the markets. What are they asking? What are you telling them?
Well, it's interesting. I'd say one of the most often asked questions is, how do I protect my investors from rising interest rates? And so, we talk a bit about growth-oriented investing. We talk about floating rate credit products, and all the different types of funds that Blackstone can offer.
You think we're about to enter, or maybe we are already in it, a new era, if you will, for active management?
I do. So I think if you go back a few years ago, most individuals had no access to really high quality alternative product, and that's because there weren't a lot of quality products, number one, but they also didn't have the technology or the access to it, and I think that is really what's changing. And when you're in a market environment like this with added volatility, concerns about rising rates, I think advisors are questioning, what else can I do besides stocks and bonds to protect my clients?
So have you seen, Joan, an increase in interest, an increase in inflows into Blackstone funds given the market volatility?
We really have. And so, as you know, we're not trading daily, but I would say this year we'll probably raise about $15 billion from individuals. That's up about fourfold from what it was just a few years ago. And we have about 15,000 advisors putting Blackstone products into their clients' portfolios this year. 4,000 of those had never put a Blackstone fund into their clients' portfolios, and so it's just a real acceleration.
Joan, one of the things that we look at when we talk about alternative investments is the suitability or appropriateness for certain parts of the market. You're going after retail type investors and traders out there. What exactly are you looking to do there in terms of their allocations? What are you trying to sell them in terms of why they should be in these types of products?
That's a really great question. So the top market segment, which is the qualified purchasers, they've had the most access to alternative products, the same funds that institutions are buying. But the accredited investors, people who have $500,000 up to $5 million, until recently, they really haven't had access. And so we've been creating bespoke funds for them, taking institutional quality product at institutional pricing and putting it in the hands of advisors and their clients. And so it's anything from a private REIT, a floating rate credit product, a direct lending product, a daily liquidity hedge fund. All of these are accessible now to the accredited investor.
Are you hiring advisors, or are you partnering out of shop, so to speak?
So we're really partnering with private wealth firms, but we do have wholesalers that are in the field working with advisors, and then I have salespeople on the desk supporting those wholesalers. So we have about 60 channelized salespeople, whether they're focused on family offices, the big wirehouses, independent broker-dealers, or the RIAs.